Good morning. I'm sitting here this Saturday morning, December the 22nd, the year 2012. Well, good news and bad news. The good news is obviously the world as we know it did not come to an end on December the 21st, or I wouldn't be here recording this message this morning. So it's good to be here this morning, literally. The bad news is we're still facing potentially another disaster, one of our own making, the fiscal cliff. This week has not gained us any ground whatsoever in solving that solution. Boehner and his comrades in Congress have not come with a program that would be acceptable to the president. The Senate has not done anything. The president has not done anything. And so, therefore, we are still facing that fiscal cliff. And everybody's wanting to place blame on everybody. But you know what, folks? I place the blame on we, the people. And the reason I do that is this. Congress has had a very bad rating in the opinion polls with the general public for many, many years. The Congress that we have right now has a rating of 18%, a favorable rating of 18%. That is almost identical to the ratings during the election period. But what do? With the exception of possibly a handful of people, we return the same people that we say we are not happy with, we have a sorry opinion of, we put the same people right back in. So now you ask me, who do we have to blame? It appears to me if you're not happy with an employee that is doing the job that you think they should be doing only 18% of the time, you would replace that employee. But no, we insist on reelecting the same people over and over and over, regardless of the job that we feel they're doing. Right now, the President Barack Obama, is right around the 53%, 54%. Actually, I think the Real Politics average poll was 53.7% of the public think the president is doing a good job. 53.7% versus 18%. Who do you think has the public's support right now? Now, I'll tell you what, that does not mean anything to me personally. I think the public is just as fickle as anybody else. They say that only 38%, 38.6% of the people believe our country is headed in the right direction. Well, this morning I got up and I put on my Panic and Chaos t-shirt. And before I started doing this film, I thought, well, maybe I ought to change and look a little bit more presentable. But you know what? I believe we are in chaos and panic. And be honest with you, at this point, I don't know what we should do. Should we try to compromise and come up with a plan to save this fiscal cliff fiasco? Or maybe we should just let it happen. See what happened. I mean, the world did not come to the end yesterday, and everybody thought it was. I mean, schools up north were letting out of school because the kids were sidetracked. They were in disarray because of the awful incidents in Connecticut and the worries about the Mayan calendar and the world coming to an end. Maybe this fiscal cliff is another one of those overinflated situations. I personally think it's a serious matter, or at least it could be. But what if? What if we just say, forget it, guys? Forget it, ladies. Don't vote on it. Let it happen. I know a lot of people that had bankruptcies and financial issues in their lives and almost ruined them. But guess what? They bounced back and became very profitable, much more manageable, much more realistic in their actions. And now they are very successful and happy individuals. Maybe we ought to do that. See what happens. I don't know. But we do know one thing for sure. I am not going to blame the president. I am not going to blame Congress. I'm going to blame all of us. We're the ones that let it happen. We encouraged them to stand fast, stand fast, stand fast. Don't work together. Don't compromise. Let's go for it. Well, it looks like they're going for it. Both sides. And we reelected them and put them in there. So evidently, you're getting what you wanted. Merry Christmas.